Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are, and you're welcome to the Business of Africa, where we do exactly that, discuss the business of Africa. And today on the show, we have a very interesting personality in the person of Rita Opiah. She's the General Manager of Park Inn by Radisson Hotel, Victoria Island. Welcome, Rita.
Thank you very much, Femi. Thank you,
Awesome.
and it's a pleasure to have you.
Great. You're going to be discussing with us post-COVID growth, a focus on Radisson hotels. Let me kick this off by saying you have a very interesting story about your career growth and progress. For a woman in your sector and you got into this position, I think your story will inspire many, it will motivate many to action. Can you share with us or with our listeners, can we meet the Rita Opiah? How did you start? What are the struggles you passed through? What are the phases you went through before you got to this place?
Okay, thank you very much once again. And I would say thank you for the compliment. If I want to talk about Rita, Rita is a very ambitious woman with tenacity. And I have a high priority placed on valuing people and embracing integrity, because that is actually what I believe in all aspects of life. Is very, very important to me. And I believe by the grace of God, my career growth has been orchestrated by these principles as the foundation. And I would say my career path has been an interesting one indeed, as I seem to have gone through the entire process when you talk about hospitality. I began my journey in hospitality industry as a receptionist. Now you can now call it like a front desk personnel. And progressively went through roles which include reservations, sales and marketing manager and coordinator, to deputy general manager during Protea, until now in my recent position of general manager. Albeit this highlight God's favor, determination, and hard work is undeniable factors, because it's just by his grace that he has given me that grace to push and the strength.
Thank you very much. That's a very interesting story. And I think it actually speaks to the theme of this year's International Women's Month, which is break the barrier, I think. Yeah. So, I mean, this is exactly what we want to do, for your story to motivate other women listening out there that, look, no matter where you start from, with hard work and God on your side, you can actually get to the top of your career. Thank you for sharing that part of your life with us, Rita. Now, let's move to the business of the hotel industry in Nigeria. Now, the Park Inn by Radisson Hotel, Victoria Island, has a unique history as well, in that it is an international organization that chooses to have a footprint in Africa. Your facility in VI is a massive 53-room facility, and I understand it's been refurbished for greater modernization. Tell us about this initiative.
Okay, and point of correction, my hotel is a boutique hotel with 56 bedrooms, and the Park Inn brand aim at providing an amazing experience to guests by ensuring that our guests have a feel-good experience and value every moment during their stay. Because Park Inn, among the Radisson Group and product, is a very unique one. And I think I am very fortunate to be able to head this, because this also describes my personality. Because of the feel good and the moment, and you make sure that every moment counts in the life of your team members and in the life of the guests as well. Then the Park Inn by Radisson Hotel, Victoria Island, obviously exercise these objectives, with a deliberate and consistent approach towards elevating the Park Inn by Radisson Hotel brand globally. Like I earlier mentioned, is an interesting brand. It's the only brand among the Radisson Group that had 3 attributes that define them: the feel good, the good people, and the good stay. So our quest towards ensuring that our guests continue to experience a memorable stay with us will not be complete without an upgrade on our facility. Hence the need we prioritize a massive overhaul of the hotel facility at the moment. The renovation actually began with refurbishment of the major outlets in the hotel. We first and foremost, when we transit to Radisson, we started with the public area, which is the restaurant and the reception and the staff areas as well. And now the construction of additional facilities, such as our massive meeting room. So the room conclude the refurbishment process, which began about 2 years ago. But there was a stop on it because of the COVID. Each and every one of us, last 2 years, we are all thinking that it's not gonna end. But to God be the glory that everything now is a bit coming down. We are on the verge of completing a milestone in a few weeks, which is ensuring rooms in the main building are fully renovated. At the moment now, we are about 70% in completion. The annex building, because we've got two buildings, the main building and the annex building. So we are almost concluded the main building. Then the annex building, which has additional rooms, will be completed shortly afterwards. Overall, the renovation should be fully completed by end of second quarter 2022. Our guests are extremely delighted with the comfort the new rooms offer.
Interesting, Rita, and I can't imagine the positive effect that this will have on the tourism sector of not just Lagos, not just Nigeria, but the West African coast. This is interesting, and we're actually looking forward to this. Now, Rita, you recently took up the leadership position for this hotel. Then COVID came, like you said, COVID came. How has your experience been as COVID has impacted the hospitality sector? What has been the impact on your cash, your working capital, and profitability? And finally, how has staying in business been for you?
COVID-19 pandemic, arguable, it affected the business terrain in most economic facets. The hospitality industry was one of the major culprits, as the industry could barely survive without travelers exercising their freedom to move around to fulfill their business and leisure needs. However, having to cope with the unfamiliar reality at an early stage of our journey as a team was very challenging collectively and personally for me, because it's usually like the first set of my first leg into the leadership. It was very, very challenging for me. However, we have to take the bull by the horn and face the challenge. We were very realistic with our objective prior to the pandemic, having learned from our 2019 business year, which recorded multiple challenges and successes as well. Our operational goal was very clear, with the necessity to work and stay together as a unit, being a vanguard in all our decisions. The advent of COVID-19 forced the necessity to quickly embrace this team objective. Cash flow was grossly affected negatively due to the need to align our business goal and also to accommodate the business options available that will sustain us in the short and long term as the future of the pandemic was uncertain. However, we were able to reduce our operational costs strategically in ways that would not grossly impact stakeholders negatively and ensure that profitability is maximized. This decision toughened our determination to stay together as a team. We are focused with our clear communication of our objective to our stakeholders, primarily to reassure our commitment to stay in business and strive through the tough days.
Interesting. Thank you very much for that input. And I mean, for an international organization to actually scale through the storm of COVID in a highly volatile environment like ours, I mean, it's kudos to you and the team. And let me move quickly to the next question. Let's talk about disruption and innovation in your sector. Now, we've noticed other sectors having to make alternative plans and utilizing opportunities from COVID challenges. Is this the same in your sector? Is your sector that flexible? Is it flexible enough to accommodate disruption in the process?
Absolutely. The hospitality industry obviously adjusted to the realities of COVID-19, but the bend may not be as radical as other industries. So the hospitality industry needs people to serve people. Hence, working from home is not a realistic approach for our core operations staff, who make up about 75% of our workforce. However, the use of technology in our meetings and event outlets, also the introduction of technological approach towards ensuring health and safety of our stakeholders are prioritized. They were all introduced. Onboarding learning from the COVID challenges, we have become more flexible in our approach to ensuring maximum service experience for every guest. We also continue to listen closely to our guests, measuring the quality of services they receive daily. We react much quicker to situations and maximize opportunity that allows us to provide personalized service and a memorable moment to our guests.
Interesting, Rita. Thank you very much. I'm particularly interested about the innovation and the technology that you mentioned. It has come to stay, whether we like it or not. There's no going back, especially in the sector like yours. Now, let's talk about the future and the road to recovery. Now, like you rightly said, economies are opening up and all lockdown rules, are being lifted everywhere. We know what this means for the tourism sector. What are your recovery plans from a financial, operational, and marketing standpoint?
Okay, our recovery plan, which has kickstarted, involves reevaluation and adjusting to the current needs of our market locally. We prioritize the retail and business segments to achieving traction to meet our revenue goals, and also tweaking our operational system to also ensure our costs are optimally managed, albeit the gross inflation currently experienced. This is to ensure our gross operational profit meets the requirements of the organization globally. The recovery plan for our hotel is prudently optimized. The group has in place a 5-star plan with concrete initiatives implemented through onboarding significant investment, such as a new brand architecture, new IT system, new revenue management system, and a customer loyalty program, all in better positioning us for future business opportunities from a financial perspective. Radisson Hotel Group is in a unique position to offer owners and investors a portfolio of strong brands, such as our Parking by Radisson brand, solid reservation systems, strong gross operating profit to ensure increased revenue convert to profits, which is well managed with comprehensive system.
Wow, this is an interesting session. In fact, you've answered the next question I was going to ask. I was going to ask what are our top key priorities in reversing the impact of the last 2 years. Everything you said now has actually dealt with that. And I'm sure with all these plans carefully laid out, I'm sure the industry, your sector will actually bounce back to a pre-COVID phase. Thank you very much for accepting to have this interview with us. It means so much for us. We wish you the best in the future. Thank you, Rita.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.